Down in the jungle, where nobody goes, there was a village on the edge of a bluebell field. The village relied on the bluebells for the source of magic potion. And not only this, but the village provided this magic potion to all the other fairy villages in the kingdom. In charge of this bluebell field was a fairy named Trixie. It was her job to fly around and make sure that all the bluebells were protected. You see, every Friday, the fairies would come out of their villages, pick up all the bluebell cups, and they'll take them to the nearest stream, which was right over there. And then they would put the bluebells into the water and collect the water. Then with a little bit of fairy dust and some magic words, the potion was created. It was a sweet nectar which was used to make everybody and all the fairies happy. It was a happy potion and it helped create harmony. But the bluebell field was in danger. It was always in danger. But in the darkest recesses of the forest, there was an evil troll that would come out and plague the bluebell field. He had an insatiable hunger to eat all the bluebells, and ever so often big chunks of land, big chunks of bluebells would disappear. The elder fairies in the village needed to come up with a plan to try and stop this evil troll. No matter how hard they tried, they couldn't vanquish him or get rid of him, because he was always there in the darkness. When the sun disappears, he would come out and start munching on the bluebells. And this had started to cause a little bit of a problem, because they were unable to make the magical happy potion for the villages around the kingdom. The elder fairies all gathered in the great hall to discuss what they were going to do with this evil troll that was plaguing the land. The first idea was to drown it in the river, but how were they going to do that? The fairies were small and the troll was massive, with a mouth that was the size of a whale that would just hoover up all the bluebells in the village. I mean, it was impractical. There's no way that they could do it. The second one is that they could talk to the troll, negotiate. Please, leave our bluebells alone! First, it didn't understand English, and secondly, it was a troll. It had as much intelligence as this stick does. And the stick has more intelligence. Story stick has more intelligence than the troll does. And the third one was to trick it away from the kingdom. All of them they couldn't do any of them because they were too small, and it was just impossible. And then Trixie fluttered into the room with her majestical, colourful wings and her colour that looked just like all the bluebells of nature. She had glitter in her face that reflected off the sun, and she had multicoloured hair that flowed down effortlessly all the way down to her ankles. She was a beautiful creature, but she was also intelligent and smart. She explained to the elders her majestical idea. She thought that the troll could be tricked in a way without harming it. So as the day progressed and it got darker, she laid out her plan on the table for the elder fairies to consider. The next day, it was warm and sunny, and the bluebells were out in full swing. Trixie noticed a few of them were missing, and she put it down to the evil troll, which was scooping them up with his whale-like mouth without any discrimination of what else he sucked up. And the elder fairies and the armies all spread out, getting ready to put their plan to action. But it wasn't going to be as easy as that. They had to wait for the evil troll to come. she thought over the night, or maybe in the morning, near enough to the morning, the troll had gotten its fair share of food, so it was hidden in its dark cave hole, which nobody was able to find. With that in mind, they had to wait for the troll to come out. It was dusk. The sun was slowly peeking behind the hills. The fairies who protected the lands were getting a little bit tired. The male fairies were scratching their beards and playing games and just, you know, teasing the bluebells and stuff, as you do. The scent, the strong scent of the honey smell that was going through the forest was really relaxing and really nice. But then it got a little bit chilly as the darkness slowly came out and around, because it was an indication that the troll was making his rounds. You could hear the rumbling that sounded like a little earthquake. You can hear the snapping of the branches as it slowly walked through, trying to keep the fairies at bay. And then there was a sudden snap, as everybody was aware that this troll was now on the move. They all jumped to action stations and they all made sure that everything for the plan wasn't ready. They had bucket loads of potion just waiting, and they had all the ropes and nets around just waiting for the troll to make a move. The fairies had to get the troll into the clearing so they could execute the plan. So what they have done is, as they listened intensely to the troll that was slowly creeping through the forest, thinking it was invisible, each move he made, he stepped on a twig, and they knew exactly where he was. And as it was getting close to the location, all these spears suddenly lunged out at him, scared him, and he ran off. And spears located at different areas all came out at him, directing him into the clearing. And then, when his big, ugly form jumped out into the clearing, that's when the net suddenly scooped him up into the trees high up in the sky. With him completely trapped in a net, he was at the fairies' mercy, but they had to act quickly because he was strong. He was stronger than the net, so they had to act quickly, because if the troll got free, it would eat all the fairies, because there is something a lot more delicious than the bluebells. It was the fairies themselves. With the evil troll captured in the net, the fairies all surrounded him and brought out big long sticks of bamboo that they rammed into his mouth, and then they brought these bucket loads of syrup that was made from the bluebells, and then they began to pour it into the bamboo. The thick syrup slowly ebbed its way down into the troll's mouth, and he began to drink it up as it came along. There was nothing he could do about it. He was trapped and he was forced to eat this sweet, happy syrup. It only took a short amount of time for the syrup to slowly fill up his big belly. He started to feel a sense of happiness and joy. The troll was in its net. It wasn't struggling anymore like it was before. It seemed to be more at peace of itself. It started laughing and giggling. The fairies were a little bit bemused with themselves because a big, dark, mysterious troll started to giggle and laugh. And then the net just broke away of the sheer weight of it. And when it landed on the floor, the troll slowly got up, started to giggle and laugh. And it grabbed the fairies by the hand and gave them a big, wet, juicy kiss. And then the plan had seemed to be a success, because Trixie, as the name says, tricked the troll in a certain way. You see, the fairies made a potion, a happy potion, that they all drank to make them happy. So Trixie thought, well, if the potion can make all the fairies in the land happy, why can't it make the troll happy? So with that, they forced the troll to eat this happy potion. And with that, the troll was now happy. He didn't need to eat the bluebells. He didn't need to eat the fairies either. All he needed was that special potion. And he could eat all the weeds that came up from the ground. All the evil weeds that would just cause a little bit of an inconvenience. So the troll, in a way, became a friend. And with that, the fairy kingdom and the troll lived happily ever after.